Yes, yes, we can
Yeah.
see it.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see filters today. Uh, as we have seen data source filters and extract filters, we'll be seeing remaining filters. So, okay. So we have seen keep only and exclude, right, yesterday. So those are normal filters. We just call them as normal filters. Okay. And apart from that, we have two types of filters. I mean, before two types of filters, I will teach you one more. That is quick filter. Okay. Yesterday we have seen how to pull dimension, right? Yesterday to write conditional filters and such things. That is on dimensions. For example, what happens if you pull on a measure? You'll see a filter like this. If you click on next, you'll see the range of values by default initially, and you want to see minimum some 10,000, 5,000 such things. You can give the value here, or you can scroll it. The value keeps changing. So this is like a minimum. So at most is like maximum. Okay. We are discussing about relevant values. I'll show an example further today. What is exactly relevant values? Take this. Values reduced a lot. Okay, better. So if you want to see the same filter, you can click on show quick filter here, and you can provide the same option to users like this. Okay. Whatever filter you are using in the filter section, if you make it available for users to dynamically change your visualization, that is quick filter here. This is called as quick filter, and some people call it quick filter also as normal filter, and it's up to you like how you call it, but it's quick filter, and keep only and exclude are also filters, and I'm removing it as of now. Not only here, you can go here, you can click here, and you can say filter. It's same filter only, no change at all. It will be the same filter only. Okay, you can remove this. And if you say filter here, again you filter, no change. That means the filter always on measures will look like this. There is no question on it. Okay, so there is no doubt in it. So the filter on measures looks like that. The filter on dimensions will look like this. That means you can do conditional filtering only on dimensions, not on measures. It's like your group by in SQL. There is no change in it. Okay, and now very important. I'll try to create an hierarchy, or this is the way to create an hierarchy in Tableau. Where is category? See, I'm going to drag and drop in category. That means it creates a hierarchy. Whenever you drag and drop between two fields which has a relation, that makes sense. Even if it doesn't have relation, it will create an hierarchy, but still it will not make sense. Okay, Tableau will not throw error, but still it will accept. Okay. You can name it, that's not a problem. For example, you see this ship mode doesn't have any relation to with any other column in this dimensions. But if I still drag and drop below subcategory, still it will accept, right? So, but that doesn't make sense. So please don't do it. Otherwise, if you want just for the namesake, if you want hierarchy, you can do this. Ship mode, product ID, product name. Drag on this. So namesake in the sense, if you want the flexibility to hover, okay, or to move across values, you can do this. Now if you pull on category here, okay, now you see subcategory is part of category. For each category, for each subcategory, and for each ship mode. Okay. So ship mode actually should be before subcategory in the hierarchy level, because for each ship mode there will be different subcategories again, as you are seeing here. It's repeating for each thing. So, but still, if you do this in this way also, it will not throw error, but still it will allow you to just drill down and drill up. Okay, nothing wrong in it, but if it relates, that's fine, it will be good. So this is how you create dynamic hierarchies. Or there is another way also. You have to write a lot of calculations or give text values and such things. That is also there, but that doesn't make any sense, because in Tableau provides, if you drag and drop it, it's very easy to create a hierarchy in Tableau. So by default for date, you'll see it. So by default for date, you'll see it. If that means if there is an hierarchy already, already available in your database or already decided by Tableau, that hierarchy you can use it by default. So whenever an hierarchy is created, you'll see an icon like this. Okay. So here we don't have such hierarchy, and I am removing ship mode from that. Okay. This is category and subcategory. Okay. And I am pulling sum of sales. Now, if I sort by, still it's not sorted properly. Okay, good. So now that category and subcategory has a relation, I'll try to create a context filter. Okay, I'll show you what is a context filter. Anyway, I'm not using that hierarchy. I'm removing that hierarchy to show you context filter. Okay. Just do this subcategory. And we can do it in other way also. We have state and region here. We can use those fields also. Otherwise, I will use those fields only, so that you'll see the clear-cut difference. Okay. We have too many values here. That's fine. So state is here, and so I'm not adding region to filters. Okay, I'm not adding region to shelves. So I'm adding region directly to filters here, like this. Okay. So I'm selecting use all. That means all values. Okay. I'm clicking OK. Guys, if you see this as redundant, these are very basic things. So I just want to show you what is a context filter, what is a cascading filter, what's the difference between them, such things. Complex things we can build on it, but before going to complex things, I want you to understand this conceptually. What happens, because context filters are very important. It will help you to improve the performance in Tableau clearly. So this is region filter. I'm not doing anything, and I'll just add it to show quick filter section. Okay, so now you see here, based on region selection, it's showing, right? Now similarly, I'm adding state. I'm using use all. Okay, and I'll add this also to quick filter. Whenever you see you're adding something to quick filter, as soon as you come here, that's not the end of the filters there. As soon as user sees filters, that's not the end of it. You can drop down it. Well, plenty of options here. All these options are to select a slider or drop down, such things. You can select a drop down, that is single value drop down. That means you can select only one value. Multiple values is you can select multiple values drop down. List is there here and here also it's there. So wildcard match is also there. If it is a string, wildcard match will be there. Okay, so formatting lot options are there here. Okay, so I will tell you what is applied to worksheets. Still that is there, only relevant values. Okay, now please observe the options here. Okay, this is very important. Here after a wildcard search, please observe the values here. Okay, after some time you will see one more. Now we have only relevant values, or all values is include values, exclude values. This is there. Okay, I'm not doing anything as of now here because we want to see all values. That means we want to see a list like this. We are not changing it to drop down. If you want to change, we can change it to drop down like this. So it will change automatically. That's not a problem. But as of now, we'll keep it as a list only. Okay. So now please observe, guys. Oh, okay. I removed one state. I'm removing other states also slowly. But though I'm removing some states, I'm not seeing any change in regions. Okay. Okay. That is one point. And selected central. I removed everything from region. It's affecting the visualization, but it's not affecting my state filter. Okay, it's affecting my region, but it's not affecting my this one. Okay, you see the clear-cut difference. This is not the way it should be, right? I mean, logically speaking, if a user is selecting on region, it means you want to see state values for that region only, or if you are selecting subcategory values only for respect to that category only, when there is a relationship between two columns, right? So most people really do region, so that instead of selecting all states here which belong to central or east, so that they can go ahead and select only region instead of selecting each and every state here, right? That is the point here. So to avoid such feature, okay, we have to add two context values. That means the higher level filter only can be added to context. Okay, now you see an option here, add to context. Okay, the higher level filter only can be added to context. Okay, so lower level filters cannot be added to context. That means if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, first 3 you can add it to context, and last that the one which is 4 you can add it to context. Okay, so now if I see, you see, please observe, I'm adding to context. See that color changed. So whenever you add a filter, color will change like this, gray color. That is a standard one in Tableau. Okay, now that doesn't end there, because you added region only to context, and you have to mention something in state also. For that you have to come here. Okay, you see here all values in context option is here. Okay, similarly you'll see an option here also in state. If you say all values in context here, if you click on it, you will not see any what do you say, you will not see any point in it in adding all values in context, because region doesn't have a higher level context filter to it, whereas state has it. Okay, as soon as I click on all values in context here and I select this, you see that state no filters are there. Now you see only central values are there. Okay, now I remove central also, keep west, you'll see only state and west values. Okay, so for context filter, I have to add a higher level filter to context, and then after coming to quick filter section, I have to add it to all values in context. Okay, this is the only way to develop context filters. Okay, so this is context filters. That means based on the context or based on the filter values selected in the higher level, the lower levels will be automatically filtered. Okay, so it will provide some sense to users to use an higher level filter instead of selecting each and every value in the lower level. Okay, so this is context filter. What is the biggest advantage of context filters is it will improve your performance. That means, for example, now we are seeing only 10,000 rows here. You imagine you are seeing some millions of rows. So if you have a context filter like this, and as soon as you click on context filter, okay, so thousands, I mean millions of rows will be filtered, and you will see only the relevant data in your visualization instead of seeing all unnecessary data. Okay. And another thing is, while saving, if you save your workbook as TWBX, okay, that means package workbook, such things, context filters will go along with it. That means while you are connecting to workbook next time, or while we are connecting to workbook in work server, it will automatically, while retrieving itself, context filter will automatically be applied on your extract, and it will improve your performance to filter on data. Okay. So this is context filter. So any doubts in this? So these are very basics. So
What is the
if
last
you
what is the last thing that you said? So if
performance,
you
right? Yeah.
yeah, okay, so you save these workbook, right? And it is pointing
Yes.
to the extract. So whenever you open it,
Yes.
obviously it will have whatever filter you apply to these reports, right? Or this is
Yes.
just
And not on. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. And not only that, if you publish it to server, when you are running and visualization from server also, context filters will be applied first before any other filter. And
oh,
data will be
okay.
filtered even before data is brought into your Tableau.
Even
Okay.
running from a server, when you say that, even if I go against the live data, is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
If you go against the live data too, it will, okay, it will do the context on a runtime. But for as an
Yes.
user, there
Yes.
will be no difference for us, right? If you
As
save
a
this
user, okay,
as a
you save
as a
this work. Yeah.
mhm. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Look and feel you're asking. Look and feel you're asking, right, Sam?
As far as look and feel itself is concerned, once you save a report with a certain
Yeah.
filter, whether it's a cascading filter or whether it's the one that you just created, it will save those
Okay.
filter as it is, and then once you open this report, it will still be there and it will function as it should, right? How,
Yes. Yes.
so when you say so when it goes against the source, what does it do if it's running
I
live?
mean, so before pulling data from database, okay, while pulling from database only, before aggregation and everything happens, context filter will be the
Oh,
first thing
okay.
applied on that data.
Okay, this is the first step that is okay, I got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, while execution, we'll have a series of things to be applied, right, from Tableau. So as soon as it is supplied to server,
Yeah.
so then this is the first one to work on. Okay.
So
And
this is
and
how the
apart from
SQL
that,
engine,
like,
Tableau SQL engine, it
yes,
analyzes this
yes,
filter first. Okay, okay.
yes, yes. Okay. So, and look and feel, I mean, you can see this difference. Instead of selecting each and every states, if you have a huge amount of values, such things, so then automatically you can select a higher level filter and it will help
Oh
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
Look
reduce
and
that.
feel I got it. I will see.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So that is context filter, and I have one more example, similar one. I'm not doing anything. Please see, I'm duplicating the sheet to show you the difference. I'm duplicating the sheet. I'm removing this from context. Okay, I removed that. You see that now? I select paste. Visualization changes, but this one doesn't change. See that? This one is not changing. Okay, I remove this. Seeing no difference at all. So it's back to normal. Now I will show you. Okay. Because node state is selected, visualization is not coming up. Okay. Now, what I am doing here is, I am saying only relevant value. This is the first value you have seen. Here, first option. Before here, now you observe that all values in context is not there here. Only relevant values is there. Okay. I am clicking on relevant values. Okay. I am clicking only on relevant values. I have not done any context or anything here. Okay. You see that it's still in blue color. Okay. It's not changed to green, gray color. Okay. So what I'm doing, going here, okay, I'm clicking on only relevant values. Okay. See that? Okay. So you're not seeing any difference here, right? So it's same as your context filter. Still, we have not added any region to context or any filter to context, and we have not selected any option here to in context. That means all values in context is not done. Only relevant values is done. Okay. So even in measure, okay, even in measure, if you filter on it, only relevant values means that. Okay. After applying filters, whatever values are available will be applied to the visualization. So that means that only relevant values means if there are any data source filters, if there are any context filters, cascading filters, all filters will be applied, then only it will apply to visualization. All values after all those filters will apply to your visualization. Okay, and point to be noted is context filter. This is called as cascading filters. Okay, and the purpose of only relevant values is only cascading filters, and cascading filters and context filters functionality wise doesn't have much difference at all. There is no difference at all. Cascading filters and context filters functionality same, no difference. You add it to only relevant values or you add it to all values in context, no difference, as long as there is a relation between two filters. Okay, if you are seeing a filters like region and state, that's fine, but if you have to remove region here, okay, now I pull in subcategory or such things here. Okay, I'm using use all. That means these two fields doesn't have a direct relationship, right? I'm removing this to make it sense. Since subcategory is also okay, okay. See that state is going, okay, that's fine. And now also it's going, that's fine. Both are acting independently. I say only relevant values. See, for the same state, all values are selected. And you remove that. Since it's not in hierarchy, subcategory is not in hierarchy. That means for category, subcategory is the part of hierarchy. So that's the reason. So even now cascading filters works, but when there is a relation between these two fields, direct relation between these two fields, cascading filters and context filters are similar or same in fact. Okay, there is no difference between them. When there is no relation, only relevant values. For example, I've selected Delaware for all, for Delaware, all subcategories which are available in the database, data will be displayed like this. That means for Delaware, all subcategories are displayed here. I'll try to select some more states here. Idaho. For Idaho, there are less subcategories. Observe that for Idaho, there are less subcategories. You see that 9 subcategories are there, and when I select Delaware, you are seeing more subcategories here. Okay, so all the data available in the data for that state will be displayed here. Okay, whereas when there is a relation, it will be filtered and like just like region and state. This is cascading, and the difference between cascading filter and context filter. So when there is a relation, context filter and cascading filter, there is no absolutely same. When there is no relation between them, then there is a big difference. It's only look and feel difference again. Okay, it's only look and feel difference. And while developing, okay, you don't add any filter to context, and you come here and say add only relevant values. That is cascading filter. That is a way to create a cascading filter. Okay, and when you say all values in context, that is a text filter. Okay, so you can add any number of filters like this. You can go up to 8 or 9 filters, and you can add any number of filters. If there is a relation, it will be a clear-cut context filter, and the performance will be better than cascading filters. Cascading filters will apply separately, I mean, it's just like your where clause, you are giving multiple conditions, but still, I mean, it will filter and it will give you the output. Okay, it's like that. Okay. So, guys, any confusion, any questions? This is very important. The difference between cascading and context filters. Yeah.
No, there is no confusion, Ram, but I have a question. So in a real corporate world, when we are looking at visualizing their code, okay, so when to use the cascading filter and when, even though if there is a relationship between the database,
Okay.
how would we know when to
Okay.
use the cascading filter and when to use a context filter?
Okay. Blindly, when you have a relation, go for a context filter. Okay. When you don't have a relation, you can use only cascading filter. You can't use context filter. Okay. When there is a relation, when there is a hierarchy like region, state, such thing, or date, or category, subcategory, or product name, product ID, such things, or department, class, item, such things. So when there is a hierarchy like that, go ahead and use context filters. It will improve your performance to a great level. Whereas cascading filter will not do that. Cascading filter you can all use on any two filters. That's not at all a problem. Okay. Okay. But to an extent, it will try to improve your performance better than quick filters. Cascading filter is better than quick filter, but not better than context filter. Okay. First preference is for context filter only without any question.
And cascading filter, as you said, when we saved our sheet on Tableau server, next time when we
Okay.
put it, it's gonna, it will always cascade that, and we will have better performance. Will that happen with the context filter?
Yeah, I mean, functionality wise both are same, right? I told you. So functionality wise both are same. Okay. 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 So this is very important, and remember one more thing. This naming convention, cascading filter, it's not an official naming convention. You don't see anywhere cascading such things. Here add values, context is there, but this here only relevant values is there. You're not seeing anything else. So please observe there are a lot of things like that. So naming convention, cascading, such things will not be there in Tableau. Not only here, anywhere you will not see cascading filter. Okay, it's only on this. Okay. You just call it as context filter. And one more thing, so this is context filter and cascading filter. So the difference between them is only, I mean, in terms of what do you say, I mean, to improve performance. So when you add value to context, you will see it in gray color. Okay. And you come here in the lower order, okay, lower order filter or lower level filter, you will say all values in context. Whereas cascading filter, you say only relevant values. That's the only difference between how you develop context filter and cascading filter. Okay. In context filter, the major purpose of context filter is to improve performance. Okay. And one more thing. Okay, there is something called as global filter in Tableau. Okay, so whenever or wherever you see this, okay, here apply to worksheets is there. Not only here, we have seen it here also. So apply to worksheets is here also. Okay, both are same, no difference at all. You see this. Okay, so you can select any worksheet. For example, what does this mean is you select any workbook here, the filter will automatically will apply to the worksheets which you developed. Okay, for example, I'm selecting region. You're not seeing region here, right? So I'm saying apply to all worksheets. And please remember this, we have an option only to this data source. If you add a different data source, you can't apply the same filter to all data sources. Okay, but you can apply the parameter to different data sources, same parameter to different data sources. Okay, after filters we will see parameters. So, but whereas the same filter can be applied only to the same database. To different database it cannot be applied. Okay. I'm using this data source. Okay. Now you go here. As soon as you do that, you see an icon here, cylinder icon is there. That means it's applied to the data source. Okay. Now you see the region. Okay. So region automatically it came here. Even if I create a new worksheet, I'm creating a new worksheet, you'll see it there by default. Okay, you'll see it here. Wait, if I use it, see that region came by default. Okay, so whenever you say apply to worksheets, okay, you can select some worksheets also, that's not a problem. Selected workbooks also. So as of now we are working on 4 worksheets, so you can choose any of them. Okay, it is same. Okay, and it should be same data source, it should not be different data source. Only parameter can be applied in different data sources, not filters. Okay, and that is called as global filter. Okay, the name is global filter and it's only naming in Tableau. Okay, good. So this is where we are filters at the end of filters. So guys, any questions, anything? Filters is very important if you are attending interviews or even real-time scenarios also. Yeah, yes.
I have a question. So in filters, right? If you wanted to
Yes.
say, let's say a dashboard, year-to-date dashboard or rolling 12 months dashboard, for those kind of
Okay.
filter, how do you create one of those filters?
Rolling 12 months dashboard, right? That's
Rolling
what you
12
said.
months or year-to-date, yeah, things of that nature, yeah.
You
Let's
want
say
to add a filter.
you don't add a filter.
No. You say, keep it clear. I'm not understanding it.
Yeah. Let's say I just want to report
Mm.
for rolling 12 months as of
Okay.
today, going
Okay.
back 12 months. So how do
Okay.
I apply that filter?
Okay. So you want to see both current values and previous values also, right?
I want to see the time period for this metric is from today, uh, starting from let's say January of 2015 through today, year to date. Let's do that. Can we do that?
And you want to see month and year or month, day, year, whatever you want. What do you want? Month, year.
Okay, month year.
Okay. You just click next. You select all values here. Okay. Just clicking OK. You say that. And you see show quick filter. You see this, right? And you want not
Okay.
this. You can select any
So
option from here.
so this is like
Go ahead.
this is more
Quick
like a
filter.
manual process, as you were saying. So I need to basically come here and check from Jan through whatever month I need, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's if I wanted to make it dynamic, let's say tomorrow in a day grid, my ETL is refreshed tomorrow as of tomorrow, right? Just a
Okay.
dynamic filter, just starting from tomorrow, as of tomorrow date, I will go back and grab, let's say year-to-date report, which
Okay.
start on January 1st till the day I ran,
Okay.
and I wanted to make it dynamic filter.
Okay. Okay. So dynamic filter in the sense, Sam, you're talking about calendar. So you select on particular day or date and you see the data in your visualization. That's what you're speaking.
Yes.
Okay. Then we should create a calendar icon. Okay. Or we can create calendar filter. That's quite possible in Tableau, but it takes plenty of time. Okay. So it takes some at least half an hour. So I will try to develop whenever time is available for me. Okay. So I can guide you
Okay.
how to develop it. So first you have to pull in month, and for creating a dynamic calendar, so it takes some time. Okay.
But
And
you
that
see
is
what I'm saying, right? Let's say if I schedule this report,
okay.
if I schedule this report to run every day, it should go and run report year to date. For today, it should run from January 1st till today. For tomorrow, since it's already tomorrow, it should run from January 1st through tomorrow date,
I
dynamically,
see that,
right?
Sam. I see that. Sorry, my earlier understanding was wrong. See, Sam, for such things you have to use quick table calculations. Okay. When we see
Okay.
calculations, I will show you clearly how to achieve such report. Okay.
Oh,
Using,
okay.
I mean, calendar or filters doesn't have anything to do with it. So what you have to do is you have to create a quick table filter. I will try to show you. As of now, I'll just try to show you. I'm not, will not take much time on this. Okay. So you have to add some filters here. For example, let's take sum of sales. And add a quick table calculation, running difference, percent difference from, or running total, whatever it is. Okay, you click on anything. Okay, now you go and edit it. You'll see various options here. Okay, sum is there, all those things are there. Apart from that, when you say advanced, okay, when you say advanced, you'll have various options to select previous values, such things. I'll show you another example. 1 minute. Okay, now you see, Sam, display the value as a percent difference from previous. Okay, that means previous 1 year such things are there available in Tableau. You can select it. And in calculations also, we have a separate calculation or function called as lookup. Okay, lookup will help you to look back into your time period and pull the data. Okay, when we see the calculations, we will see it clearly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So
One other
that is
quick
about
question.
yes,
Uh,
yes, sir. Yes.
Like if you wanted to use a simple filter, the where clause like like the one that we were doing, right, where you have like column like string and same column like different string. How would you do that?
But column like
In
a
our
string
yesterday's, let's say that
yeah.
in my yesterday's example, it says page URL
Okay.
like blah and one other URL like. How would you do that? Two times. Like in where clause, you can just use and then provide that, right?
Right. Okay. So in calculations, okay, when you create a calculated field, again this is also in calculations, we have something called as logical. Okay, so for this you can use if then else. Okay, for example, or you can use case when also, both are similar. If it is just string you are comparing, okay, you better use case, or if it is a complex thing you are writing, use if then else. Okay, so if your column value, right, if your column value like, or I mean in Tableau there is nothing called as like, use contains. Okay,
Yeah,
we have only contains here. Okay, use contains function. Okay, it will return you true or false only, it will not return anything else apart from it. Okay, use contains if column 1 contains such thing, true, then okay, else if, okay, if else if it contains different value, okay, if it contains different value, again write contains, and then okay, at the end it with else only, don't write else, or else if only, write else and end. Okay, this is the syntax for it. If you have multiple conditions to check, use if then else. Okay, if you have simple string comparison, exact simple string comparison, use case. Okay, so since you have this URL, right, URL verification, so go ahead and use contains. Okay, in your if then else, use contains, don't use anything else. We don't have like or wildcard search here. Okay, use contains
I
only.
see. I see.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Thank you for
column
this.
1,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so this will solve it. Okay, and so we are using filters here, and so that's about filters. So we have seen extract filters, data source filters, and context filters, cascading filters. Quick filters is one part of it, or quick filters are normal filters. When some people combine quick filters as normal filters as quick filters plus keep only and exclude, and some people keep it separate. So it's up to you, that's fine. So quick filters or keep only, exclude we have seen, and cascading filters. And the execution sequence is, first whenever you connect to Tableau, or if you are trying to run your visualization, the execution sequence is, first and foremost data source filters will be applied. Okay, first and foremost data source will be applied. Next thing is extract filters, and after that context filters, and after that cascading filters, and after that only quick filters will be applied. Okay, so that is the sequence, please remember. So data source filters again, and global filters is not any type of these filters. Okay, global filter is a filter applied to all worksheets. Instead of adding the same filter again and again in each and every worksheet, so you just say apply to worksheets, so it will apply default. Okay, so it's just same as any other filter. Okay,
At some point of time, if you want to remove a global filter, can we do that?
You want to remove it, right?
At some point of time, let's say not today, but let's say a couple months after, if we want to remove a global filter.
Okay, okay. Stuti, not only this option, any option you unclick, you select on it, it will go off. Okay, you select any option, it will go off. Apply to worksheets. You can remove it. I mean, of course you can remove it. That's not a problem. You can remove it anywhere. Okay, you can remove it. It will go off.
Okay.
Okay. So as soon as you deselect that option, it will not come. Okay. Okay. And so the sequence is data source filters and extract filters and context filters and cascading filters. Cascading filters can be dimension filters or measure filters. So if there are dimension filters and measure filters, first dimension filters will be applied, then only measures will be applied. Okay. Then last is quick filters or normal filters. Yes, Tuti, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Okay, okay, that's good. So that's about filters. So you want to see parameters today only or tomorrow?
Hey Ram, I have a question,
Yes.
quick one.
Yes.
I got all
yes.
this, all this part. The part I'm confusing, not confused so much.
Yes.
I just send you the SQL, the yesterday SQL. It should be in your top
Okay.
list.
Yes.
So if you look at that where clause itself, right?
Yeah, okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. You see that in that where clause you see and WU URL like such and WU URL like such and or
Yes.
these three conditions. If I wanted
Yes.
to put that in report, how would I do it?
Yes. Sam, you're using and you can do it only in if then else. You can't do it in case. Okay.
You have to use case statement. Is that what you're saying?
No, don't use case statement because using and in case statement it will throw you errors. You have to write nested cases. So don't write that. Go if then else. Okay. For example, you are using this condition. This is what you are using in your thing. Okay. So if okay your URL okay or okay or use contains function.
Can you
Don't
use
use
one of the string dimension from
function.
here to see this example?
Okay,
Like
that's not a problem. Okay, I'll give you a customer name or something. Wait.
Customer name, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, for example, it contains a substring called as you can name any string.
Yes, AR,
OR,
whatever. Yeah.
whatever. Okay. So, if it contains OR, okay, then let's name this as test. Okay. So then we'll display some string called as first. Okay. Else if. Okay. Else if. Okay. And you want to give some other condition here, so then go ahead and change it. Okay. Then second. So Sam, you can go ahead and write up to some 8 or 10 conditions like this in if then else. Okay. Okay. Else null. Okay. I'm ending it. So this is nested if then else. So you can use if then else like this. Okay. Contains. I wrote spelling wrong. Contains. Okay. So this is the one. Now calculation is valid. You can go ahead and test it. So that's not a problem. You pull in customer name. I don't know whether OR and such things are there or not. Test. Where is test? Mostly it's null because OR and both are not there. You see this here second, because
So
A and D
I
is there.
see. In this case, what you are doing is you are creating a calculated column, basically, right? Using
Yes.
that. This is a calculated column. My question is
Okay.
pretty straightforward. My question is just to apply exactly as that SQL. The SQL, I wanted to apply these as a filter in a where clause. I created
That's what
a
Sam. Next, 1 minute. 1 minute. So go ahead and pull this into filter. Don't add it to chat. Okay.
okay.
You add it to filter. Okay.
Sure.
Now you
Okay.
select these options.
Yeah,
You
I
can
could
select
check.
any option.
Yeah.
You got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So in this case, it's okay. Okay, you have to create a calculated column and apply that as in filter. And okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I see now. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So anything else? That's right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see parameters today, or it will take at least 15 to 20 minutes, or we'll see tomorrow. It's up to you. Or we'll see, that's fine. Okay. In Tableau, there are only two ways of creating parameters. And of course, in Tableau, since we have quick filter options, all those things are there, parameters doesn't have much importance to it. Okay, except that if you, unless and until you want your chart to be very much dynamic, so parameter will not add much value to your visualization. Okay, so there are only two ways of it. One way of one way of creating parameters is create parameter here. Okay, so one way of creating parameter is create parameter here. Okay, so you can click here and create parameter. And other way of doing parameter is you create here, come here, in filter section. In filter section only you can create a parameter. Both are functionality is same, no difference at all, but in Tableau you can create parameters only in two ways. One is first create it and then use it, or while creating a filter itself you can create it and use it. Okay, first create and use it, or while using itself you can create it. So that's two ways of creating parameters. Okay, so first we will try to create some chat, then we can create a parameter. Okay, now I will try to create a filter on it. Let's go to top here. For example, you want to keep it dynamic. Okay, top 10 values, top 5 values, such things. So this is just a current value here, and display format, I want it to be number, standard number. You can say list, range, whatever you want, that's fine. Okay, I'm just saying 5 here. Maximum value, let's cancel this, sorry. We'll take some bigger value rather than subcategory. We'll take state to add value to your chart. Going to top here. Sales here. Okay. Number standard. Next, allowable values, all values. Or let's say range. Let's say it's not 60s. 100. Are there 100 states in US? No, I think, right? Somewhere around 50, 60. So that's why I'll keep it to 60 here. Okay, 5. I'm increasing it on base of 5. Okay, so what I am doing here is, okay, so what I am doing here is I'm giving a current value to it, and it's starting from 1. Okay, it's not starting from 0, that's why it's 6. Okay, next increase would be 6 plus 5. Step size is 5, that means the increase will be 5. Okay, so if you want to set values from any other field, you can set from here. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, so as soon as I click OK, I'm saying apply filter. That means now top 10, top 5 such things are dynamic. By default, it's 6. Okay, by default, it's 6. Now if I increase it, or step size is 5, it will go to 11. Okay, this is one way of creating parameters. That means you create parameters while doing filters only. Okay, so that is one way of doing it. The same filter, okay, the same filter is here. Okay, if you want to go and edit it, you can edit it. That's not a problem. And other way of doing things. Okay, now I have removed the filter here, and there is no value to it now. I'm removing this. Okay. Now create parameter. Parameter 2, whatever it is. Now I say integer. Okay, current value is fine. Range. Step size is 5. So by default, current value is 1 here. Okay, you see that current value is 1. Okay. Since I have created another parameter earlier, so it's asking, can I set values from that parameter? You can do that, but I'm not doing it right now because I want to create a parameter here. Okay, see that here. So now if I pull state into filter section, okay, now you see in top, go to top here. Okay, there are two parameters. Okay, two parameters I have created. So one was the earlier one which we used in filters. Now second one I have created it. I am using it now. See that? But you are not seeing anything here. I have applied it, but you are not seeing anything here. Please observe that. Okay. So for doing such thing, in order to see that, you have to come here and click on show parameter control. If you forget this option, you will never ever see it. Okay. So don't forget to see that. Okay, seeing that, such things. Okay, so tomorrow we will see how parameters can be used in calculations, such things. Not only in filters like that, you can create a calculated field. Okay, you can create a calculated field, and you can write a if then else statement also. Okay, if state is here. Okay, if state lag, otherwise if parameter directly, you can use parameter name is parameter is number. Okay, so such things we can see tomorrow. Okay, we'll see tomorrow how to use parameters in calculations. Okay, or you want to see now only? If you guys are fine, I will make it for another 10 minutes or so.
No, I think we can do it tomorrow. So we can study this and back tomorrow.
Okay. So please practice from now on. Filters and parameters are very important. I just showed you how to create parameters. Just two ways of creating parameter. One is using parameter while creating filters, and another is while creating parameters itself. First create parameter, then use it, or while creating filters itself, you can do that. Okay, that is two ways, and filters also. Okay, please remember that. Don't forget. Okay. Anything else, guys?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.